morning, Miss Muse. It is Friday, May 17th of 2013. This is a calendar with adorable kittens on it. It also, unfortunately, has a deadline that I'm not going to be able to keep. The good news is that it's a self-imposed deadline, so the only repercussions of not meeting it is the crushing guilt of not actually being able to commit to and keep a promise that I made to myself. And I know there are going to be people who hear that and think, well, if you can't keep a promise to yourself, how do you expect to keep a promise to anyone else? If you can't meet your own deadlines that you set, how are you supposed to meet any deadline ever? And here's the thing, is that deadlines that I make myself are literally the only deadlines that I can't keep. And I know that there are things about the way that I write that sometimes I have to percolate a little bit. So, really the trouble that I'm having with the fact that I am missing my deadline is the fact that the reason I'm missing it is totally because I am unsure of what I can do. How much time in a week, in a day, can I invest to do this project? How much am I going to get out of my time? Are still things that, despite having tinkered around, scribbled for the better part of 10 years part-time, I'm still not entirely certain. Because until recently, I wasn't actually tracking it. I wasn't logging, trying to figure out what do I do, what do I not do, when am I most productive. This is something that I've now actually decided to start keeping relative track of, so maybe in a while I might actually know what the hell I'm doing. And so it's got me a little worried. I want to be able to prove to myself and the people who are counting on me to write things that I actually have the ability to do things on a schedule. Scheduling is important. People don't like having to switch things around all willy-nilly simply because you can't keep your end of the bargain. Oh, how am I ever gonna do this justice? I was on top of the fact that I'm not entirely certain of my abilities, is that really part of my worry is kind of making me act a little pretentious. If I'm truly well honest with myself, I literally have 2 years to write and edit with horrible red slashing abandon this new book that I'm working on. Imposing a 3-month deadline to write it in is ridiculous. I realized, sadly enough, only a short time ago how ridiculous it was to expect me to do something in 3 months that I've never done in less than 6 before, ever. And on top of that, I'm attempting to go into a genre that I've really never worked in before. So this is entirely brand new things that I'm attempting to do, on top of thinking somehow that I'm magically going to be able to do something I've never done before. So, and really I'm not attempting to say whatsoever that deadlines aren't important and that you can make excuses for them and it'll be totally okay. I'm just saying that at this point, I'm a beginner. I'm still in the learning process. And I suppose I just needed to hear, once again, that it's okay to be a beginner. It's okay to not know what you're doing. And so, I'm gonna work on figuring out my problem with deadlines, and hopefully the next one I set will be done.